you are all required to keep your pamphlets beside you and write down the points that I'm discussing with you throughout my lesson. All right? Is it understood, children? Fussy? Do you understand, beta? Please let me know so that I can proceed with my new topic, that is speech writing. Yes, Ismail. Are you all with your pamphlets and are you going to write down your points? I am not asking you to show me your faces. Don't show me your faces. Just put your pamphlet in front of the camera. I will just see that you've written the points that I was asking for. Is it understood or not? Yes, yeah.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Okay, thanks. So I'm going to share the screen with you and I'm going to show the points that I have prepared for you people for speech writing. This is Umar Lodhi. Wow, such great people are here. Yes. So the point is basically, what is persuasive speech? How can we persuade others? How can we persuade others? First, let me ask you people, how can we persuade other people? What is the way? For example, Yaya is, Yaya likes to play video games, but his teachers dislike it a lot, and this is why he dislikes his teachers, and he wants to convince them, he wants to persuade them, no, that it does have benefits. So how will you persuade me? Yeah.
Just telling you about the benefits that gaming has.
So, don't you think that, yes, you are giving logical reasons, but how, what would really actually make your opinion very weighty or kind of substantial?
Is
Just
proving
giving
your
facts
points
or
wrong.
facts or
Yes, very good. If you provide facts with your, opinion, then maybe I will be persuaded. What else can you do? Facts, figures, statistics. Yes, Mavya?
Which she can give you examples of how gaming has helped many people.
Yes, so examples of real people. That is, some in reality, some people did come across, some video game and that did change their lives for the better. So maybe I would be, persuaded. That would be called ethos. So Aristotle has basically given three principles of convincing others, persuading others. These three principles are ethos, pathos, logos. We are going to discuss them soon. Don't you worry about it. Okay. So let's just get to our presentation. Yes, so persuasive speaking urges us to do something. Persuasive speakers lead, evoke emotions, and ask for audience commitment for personal action, as in getting people to join an organization, buy a product or service, or support a cause. So there are 3 to 4, purposes of persuasive speaking. How we persuade others. You can write it as well. Write speech writing, and then on one hand write persuasive, on the other hand write informative. So, what are the purposes of persuasive speech? Write them down. What do they do? Urge us to do something. Number one. Then, number two, the speakers lead, evoke emotions. Number two. Number three, ask for audience commitment. Number four. At other times, persuasive speeches aim for personal action. Number five, as in getting people to join an organization, buy a product or service, or support a cause. So there are 5 purposes of persuasive speech. While on the other hand, what is informative speaking all about? Speech is divided into 2 parts. First is persuasive speech, and the second is informative speech. What is informative speaking purpose? Informative speech reveals and clarifies options. So it tells more about different options. Informative speakers teach. So informative speech is all about providing information, clarifying options, teaching. That is informative speech all about. Telling others, providing information. This is the main difference between persuasive speech and informative speech. In exam like conditions, beta, you will not be told by CIE examiners that this is an informative speech or this is a persuasive speech. By looking at the question, reading the situation carefully, you will decide on your own whether it's an informative speech or persuasive speech. And if it is a persuasive speech, of course, you will have to use all the elements of persuasion. And if it's an informative speech, you will have to focus on information. So that is the major difference between informative and persuasive speech. What are the methods of persuasion? I just asked Yaya, he told me, Mavia also told me that there are three ways to persuade others. People have been trying to influence one another for a long time. Greek philosopher Aristotle thought that there were basically three ways to influence people, three major ways. Still in advertisements, people use these three major ways. Number one, credibility, ethos. Sometimes we believe something simply because we trust the person telling us. You want to look like you know what you're talking about. So credible. Can you give me an example of credibility, ethos from some ads maybe? Can you give me an example? Fussy. You trust those people, that's why you go for those products. Ismail, an example of ethos from ads.
Miss Afridi being used in the Head and Shoulder ad.
Wonderful, wonderful. So that is ethos. His hair is so shiny and thick, so I would also use Head and Shoulders. Or maybe you have seen a lot of doctors saying that this toothpaste reduces sensitivity in your teeth, so you must use it in just this much hours, in just 3 hours or 2 hours or just 1 hour. It's so quick and this and that. So a doctor, a person, they make him wear a lab coat, a doctor's coat, and you start believing them, and you start buying those products based on ethos. So that is an example of ethos. Then coming to the next one, that is emotional appeal, pathos. Sometimes we do things because of a gut feeling or an appeal to our emotions, whether those of compassion or fear. Advertisers make great headway tweaking our concerns about what others might think about us. So, can you give an example of pathos from your ads or something? Pathos. They evoke emotions.
मिस क्या मिस
Miss, Miss,
Beta,
Miss, the
pathos.
recent Miss, there's this company plate where they tell that if you buy her product, one child will get help or something. One child dies of hunger.
Wonderful. Yes. This is how, yes, you must have seen hospital ads or something like that, that look at this child, your 5 rupee would save him from the misery or whatever. So you can be a reason that this child smiles or something like that. They evoke emotions. You must have seen that recent Coke ad in which you've seen that lad, that teenager, jumping with joy, just looking at Coke just gives him happiness. And he's just dancing like a wild man, and the heart is thumping out of his body like something, and he's just wildly dancing around. So they have associated colas with happiness. We have, because of those ads, we have made these associations in our mind that if we need to celebrate, we need to have a cola around. Our celebration is not complete without cola. We go to some weddings, we there is a birthday party or anything, any celebration, you would see that without cola you think something is missing. So happiness, you want to get happiness, you want to get a cola, grab a cola. This is how, so in such a strong way, they make associations in your mind that you can never get rid of those associations, and you fall prey to those associations basically. The next is rational appeal, logos. Providing good reasons is important. Providing evidence and reasoning are a strong part of the persuasive process. So that is logos, logical reasoning. Now tell me, in any ad, some logical reason has been given which really appeals to your rational side, and you say yes, you must go for this product because it is something logical that they're saying. Umar, Muavia, where in the ads? Yes, yeah, yeah. Anyone who can think of something where logos has been used? Safi, is it Safi with this robot face on?
Miss that Bawasir ad, miss.
Oh God. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Muavia, anything that you have in mind?
मिस मिस जैसे अ,
Think. You will come up with something.
भैया बेस्ट है भैया बस वो दिलाते हैं स्लिप मारनी पड़ती है बारिश में
Can you speak louder, beta? Your voice is a bit
मिस
difficult to follow.
जैसे मिस इन द टायर्स एड तो वो
Hmm.
दिखाते हैं कि कैसे बारिश में स्लिप नहीं पड़ती ब्रेक मार के वैसे
Yes, logical reasons they are giving. They're saying their tires are so, are better than others. They have, whatever reasons, they do give reasons. So
They
you
are
are
giving,
persuaded.
miss,
Yes.
they are giving greed of life saving.
What? Can you please repeat?
एक तरह से लालच दे रहे हैं ना हमारी जिंदगी बचने की.
Yes, of course, they are trying to persuade you by, giving you different reasons, and you do get persuaded that this, maybe for mobile phones as well, they give you a lot of reasons, don't you think?
Yes, miss, they said better camera quality in that.
Yes, and the storage space, they always brag about their storage spaces.
बैटरी
What? The battery, yes, it never runs out of charge. So they are always telling you good reasons to, opt for their products. So this is how they, based on these very, three cornerstones of persuasion, they try to persuade the people to buy their things. So coming to the format of persuasive speech, what is a format? Number one is salutation. What is salutation? Can one person tell me what is salutation?
The audience,
Pointer towards the audience. For example, in a formal letter, what is salutation?
they are like this. They are like in formal letter. You can say dear editor, dear
Yes, thanks a
president.
lot. Yes, dear. Yes, you are, formally acknowledging them. You are, taking their name first, dear teacher. Yes, dear. Dear would be, or you say to the principal or whatever, would be, the start, the way you address.
Acknowledging them about our greetings.
Yes, your greetings. Your greetings is basically the salutation part. Hmm? So, this is an essential part of your speech. Number one part of your speech, that is salutation, basically. Second part is introduction. What does introduction consist of? A, attention material, credibility material. B, tie to the audience. C, thesis and preview. For example, if it is video games, again we come back to the video games. So what can be your attention material? How can you grab people's attention from the very first sentence that you write? First you will do the salutation,
Miss,
greetings. Yes,
may I tell multiplayer?
yes, of course. Hmm. How
Multiplayer.
can you? Multiplayer, what do you mean?
मतलब it's online. You can play with your friends together. One game.
Yes. Yes, but what is going to be your very first wonderful attention grabbing start?
Miss,
What
the graphics
strategy?
card
Improve
can be
graphics from before.
multiplayer.
Must improve graphics from before.
Graphics on your speech when you're, writing for the CIE examiner. What graphics would you put there, beta?
Improved graphics.
Improve
How?
graphics from before.
Improved graphics from the.
Previous
From the previous
version.
game, from the, after the update or whatever the current situation would be.
Uh, yes, but beta, yeah, yeah. The graphics and everything. This would come uh, afterwards, na? What is going to be your, strategy, or you can say method of grabbing the reader's attention from the whatever the topic? What would be your reasons? But if
Miss,
the reader is not interested in your topic, how can you grab his attention from the very first sentence? Even if it's a speech, even if you're talking, if even if it's a debate.
Gaming has saved lives.
Yes, like something shocking. Start with something shocking.
about
That
about the
grab
about our game, Miss. And yes, no, Miss. We have to tell anything
your.
about our game that takes the attention of the reader.
Yes, something that would take his attention. But then again, beta, if someone doesn't want to know about your game, so you should have some method or strategy with you. For example, Yaya said that you need to shock the reader. But that shock should also be in the formal, criteria of CIE examiners' criteria, na? Because they often mention in their examiner reports that sometimes inappropriate content is written by the students to shock, designed to shock the examiner. So something like that, inappropriate
It's like
things, something.
players have players have went
Hmm.
from 0 to million followers
Hmm.
playing this.
Hmm. Yes, so that could be a reason. That could be a reason. So you have to refrain, you have to avoid, something shocking that comes into inappropriateness, because then the examiner would cut your marks. Basically, the strategy that is mostly used by people who do speeches or debaters is rhetorical question. A rhetorical question is that question for which they do not look for an answer. They're not they're talking to people, but they're not requiring an answer from the audience. They're just putting it there to have an impact on the reader or on the listener. That is a rhetorical question. Can you make a rhetorical question related to your topic of video games? Think of a
Miss,
rhetorical question.
do
Yes.
you want to play games with cartoonish graphics or realistic graphics? It can be this.
The examiner doesn't even want to play games, so your question doesn't interest him, beta.
Miss, the
Think of a
person who
better,
plays
powerful
game
question.
will the play game when he used to play game. Never a person can play game who does not have interest. How many times we tell him, but he would not play that game if he does
Uh,
not have interest in gaming. Overall, gaming is it can be good.
but can you come up with a strong, rhetorical question which really grabs his attention? Something else, Muawiyah, Yahya, Ismail, Muhammad Qazi, Hassan, Minhaj. Come up with something, one sentence which is a rhetorical question and which really grabs the reader's attention, even if he's a person who hates video games like me. How would you?
Do you
Can
want
you
to
come up with
spend
something?
money on your internet or play an online game for free? Internet, मतलब free
Uh,
internet.
yes, that's better than the one that you gave previously. This is better, but stronger than this. Can you people come up with something yet stronger than this one?
Don't you want to improve your mental health?
Yes, of course. Everyone would want to improve their mental health, na? So even if the examiner who hates video games would read 3 to 4 sentences. Okay, so where is this strategy which can improve my mental health? Yes. Would
Decision making,
you not go for something which would? Yes.
concentration, decision making. That can be
Yes,
the one
yes,
plus.
yes, something better than that. Maybe decision making or problem solving, which would help you in doing that. Muavia, anything from you? Minaj? Okay, so beta, I hope you all are writing the points in your pamphlets, because after 5 to 6 minutes, I will be asking you to show me in the camera, not your faces, your pamphlets. Okay, because in the next class I will give you the marked work and we'll be doing it together in the pamphlet, and I'll be watching your work throughout, because I want not a single bit missed when you're online. I want the same kind of face to face work being done in the online class, and me watching, so that if you're going wrong somewhere, I can point it out and you can correct it, make corrections as soon as an error is made. So this is what I have in mind. Do you people agree that we will be able to get things done this way, or you have something else in your mind?
ठीक है miss, we can get to this.
Okay, thanks a lot. Because I feel that passive listening would not help you, this is of course class 10. So passive listening only would not help you in understanding the concepts if you will not do them. You will listening. We were on. I will show you the example as well. Example passage in which these strategies have been used. So first one was salutation. Second is introduction. Attention, material, credibility. Material has just been discussed. That rhetorical question you need to put in the very first paragraph, for very first line, so that the reader is interested to read the next. Tie to the audience. You say something, you address the audience, he would want to know. Thesis and preview. Thesis and preview is basically beta, when I always talk to you about formal letter or directed writing task, I say to you that in the very first paragraph you write your purpose of writing your task. So your purpose is thesis statement, which summarizes the whole of your paragraph or your topic. So that is thesis. Then what is the body all about? The body, it is the elaboration of 3 content points. As you already know that in your question you will be given 3 content points. So second paragraph will be first content points, third paragraph will be second content point, and fourth paragraph will be third content point. Then conclusion, fifth paragraph. Break light transition, as you know such kind of transition word you would use. And then restate your purpose and concluding remark. Concluding remark should also be very interesting, should also be very attention grabbing. So let's just come
Miss,
back to, yes, beta.
can you move it back to the introduction area
Okay,
where, or
introduction here.
yes miss, wait.
Okay, write it down.
When introduction
Alvaya,
we
are
have
you
to write
writing?
any we have to ask a catchy question.
Yes.
So
I'll be reading an example passage as well, example speech with you people as well, so that you better get an idea where the writer has used what. So that next time when we sit together for speech writing, I will just give you topic. You will quickly write the rough plan, and then this will be a marked work in the next lesson. So whoever has not attended this lesson will not be able to do well in the next lesson. So of course it's going to be a marked work. So basically what the purpose is. Purpose is learning how to go about directed writing. And if we're not actually doing it with the pen and the paper in our hand, everything will be lost. This is what my main aim is getting things done. Have you all written? Yes,
Yes,
Yaya?
miss.
Movia?
Yes, miss.
Okay, good, thanks. Okay, coming to this passage, example, persuasive speech that we have. It's about organ donation. The topic was organ donation. He has, in this speech, it's just a sample, so they have not written salutation, but in your speech, of course, it's a CIE exam kind of question, so you will write the salutation. They just quickly came on to the introduction. What is the attention material, credibility material that they wrote? How do you feel when you have to wait for something you really, really want? What if it was something you couldn't have lived without? Well, so this is a rhetorical question. They made the listener think, or the reader think, as soon as they started with a rhetorical question. Well, my cousin was 5 years old when he found out he needed a new kidney. He went on the organ waiting list right away. He was called twice during a 6 month span, but the kidney wasn't a good match. He had to wait again until a man died in an accident and his kidney was a good match. This story had a happy ending, but so many do not. So, raising a question in the reader's mind. Now, Mavya, you tell me that out of the three rhetorical devices, out of the three persuasive elements that we discussed, ethos, pathos, logos, which one is this example? Where would you put this example as? Is it pathos, ethos, logos? Yes.
Miss, can you repeat the question again?
Okay, I will repeat the question that this cousin example that this person has given in this persuasive speech, that he had to wait for this donation, organ donation, and then he was given this transplant, but so many people do not get it. So which persuasion element is this? Ethos, pathos, or logos? Ismail, Hassan,
Miss, can
Muawiyah.
you repeat that once more?
All right, let me say it from here. Because in this first paragraph, he's saying, well, my cousin was 5 years old when he found out he needed a new kidney. He went on the organ waiting list right away. He was called twice during 6 months span, but the kidney wasn't a good match. He had to wait again until a man died in an accident. His kidney was a good match. This story had a happy ending, but so many do not. So, which persuasion element is used here? Has been used here? Yes, children.
समझ नहीं आया, इमोशनल कह सकते हैं मिस.
Emotional and some credible persons. Don't you think some credible person experience has been shared here?
Yes.
So that is ethos, na? Credibility. You are
Oh,
mentioning some, real life example of some person. So that's why it will be called credibility, ethos. All right. So now second part is tie to
Miss,
the
wouldn't
audience.
it be
What are the
mental representation?
Yes, beta?
Wouldn't it be mental representation?
Mental representation, but he did bring in the example of some real life example, something that
Miss,
happened to some actual person.
he's saying he's telling the story, miss.
Yeah, he's not telling up a story. Basically, he's telling some credible person, telling about some credible person, which is his cousin. So that's why it would be called credible. Some first hand experience he is sharing. So that's why it would be called credible. For example, Shahid Afridi does not prove that he's using some, head and shoulder or something. He just shows it to you, keeping the head and shoulders in front of you, in front of the camera, that he uses it. You just believe it. So credibility material is being shared here. Tied to the audience, one of the people on the waiting list for an organ transplant might be someone you know. So you're addressing the audience. Thesis and preview. Today, I'd like to, so summarizing the whole topic. Today, I'd like to talk to you about first, the need for organ donors. Second, how you can help others even after your death. And finally, how your family and organ donor recipients benefit from your donation. So this is basically introduction. Then coming to the body, you cater to the content points. In the first, you write the first content point, second content point, third content point. I'll just read it quickly. People around the world need organ transplants and they need our help. The problem is that there is a lack of organs and organ donors who make organ transplantation possible, and there is a dire need of many organs and tissues such as the heart, lung, liver, kidneys, pancreas, corneas, bones, skin, heart valves, and blood vessels. A organization. Remember, this organization has been mentioned here, Iowa Statewide Organ Procurement Organization, undated brochure. Then a new name is added to the national waiting list every 16 minutes. That means that three people will be added to the list during the time we are in class today. Consequently, 10 people will die each day waiting for an organ transplant. Live source questions and answers, as there are only on the average 5,000 donors nationally per year. If you want to save them, you can choose to donate any needed organs, as you can specify which organs or tissues you wish to donate. Third, organ donation benefits both the donor's family and the recipients. If you do donate your organs, your family and the people who receive your organs might benefit in a similar way like this family. A 17-year-old died of head injuries in a car accident. His mom decided to donate his organs. His heart went to a prison priest. His kidneys went to a mother of five children. The teenager gave life to others, and his family feels a sense of satisfaction and comfort that other lives have been touched by his. It's from a board brochure. Conclusion: brake light transmission. As you can easily see, donating your organs can be one of the most important decisions you ever make and also the greatest gift you could ever give. Summary: I've told you about the need for organ donors, how you can benefit others. And the concluding remarks: I'm going to leave you with a short message. Share your life, share your decisions. This is how concluding remark is should be very attention grabbing. Now quickly tell me, ethos we have discussed. Where is logos in this speech?
मुझे इथोस नोगोस होता क्या है पहले मुझे ये बता दो प्लीज.
Can anyone tell me what is logos? We did discuss just now that what is ethos, what is logos, what is pathos. Can one person tell me what is ethos? Hassan?
Miss
Yeah, yeah.
giving reason or judgment, miss giving a reason.
Giving reason is what?
Miss logos.
Logos. Thanks a lot. Logos is giving logical reasons. What is pathos?
Giving emotional reasons.
Yes, evoking people's emotion. For example, if you'll drink cola, you'll be happy. So, evoking or invoking people's emotions, exploiting or manipulating people's emotions, you can also say. What is ethos, Mavya? Mavya, can you tell what ethos means?
Miss,
We just discussed now the cousin's, dilemma. He did not have that organ and then he waited and then he got it. What is ethos?
Means showing
Examples.
credibility.
Yes, thanks a lot. Some credible person mentioning someone credible. For example, for artificial intelligence, if you say Stephen Hawking said it, of course the other person will be persuaded. Okay, Stephen Hawking. Okay, I will. Some other person will be persuaded. Yes, it's going to be, you know, AR is going to take ruin our world. Maybe artificial intelligence, AI. Sorry. So, mentioning someone credible is ethos. Evoking people's emotions is pathos, and logical reasons giving is logos, basically. Is it clear now, beta, Safi?
Yes, miss.
Thanks a lot. Now, what I was discussing, yes, from this passage that is open in front of you, tell me where has logical reason been used? Where is logos used? Logos is not just logical reason, it is also supported by facts, figures, and statistics. Now tell me.
Miss, the in the body third point, organ donation benefits both donors, family, and the recipients. Logical points.
Yes, very good. Where else?
And if you
What-
donate your organ, your family and the people who receive the organ will benefit in a similar way like the family.
Good. What else? Are facts, figures, have they been used in these three body paragraphs?
Yes, miss, ye, as there are only on the average of 5,000 donors.
Yes, wonderful. So facts, figures have been used. Logical reasoning. Has pathos been used anywhere? But for pathos, they used emotive words. For example, the words you know, uh, which are emotional kind of words like happiness, sadness, satisfaction, depression,
ये ना, this
where?
Miss,
who
last
receive your
pair.
organs might benefit in a similar way like his family.
Uh,
If
okay.
they are saying your family will also benefit or someone else.
Yes.
Miss,
But there is one other,
This
example.
doesn't use pathos.
Where?
Miss, the teenager gave life to other,
But
and
Yes.
his family
has
feels
used
Wonderful.
pathos, but not
sense of
in
satisfaction
good
and
ways.
comfort.
A
Not
sense of
that way.
satisfaction and comfort that
Comfort.
others' lives have been touched by his. So
Yes.
pathos has been used
Yes,
here.
pathos.
So you can clearly see so many ethos, pathos, logos have been used in these paragraphs, and I expect the same from you when you do the task in your, marked work, your speech writing. So can I see your notes on persuasive speech?
Just wait. Let me share my screen.
Yes, please. One by one, or together, you people all can, show your works in your camera. You can just show the pamphlet. Yeah, yeah, red kind of pamphlet you have. Or is it a wall? Okay. Wow, I'm so very impressed, Yaya. Thanks a lot. What are these boxes for? What have you written in this box? Yaya? Moavia, can you show it again, please? I did not see it that time. Yes. Let me see. It's a bit blurred. I'll pin you to the main screen so that I can see clearly.
मिस बस लिख लिया मैंने मिस आप भरोसा रख के
Let me see, na. Oh, he's left. Yes, Safi, show me yours.
मिस्टर एक सेकंड रुके मेरा डेटा केबल लानी होगी मेरा मोबाइल पे नहीं है मैं पीसी पे हूँ तो मोबाइल
All right.
कनेक्ट करना होगा एक सेकंड में हो जाएगा
Okay. Ismail and Shayan, show me your work. Hurry up, beta, hurry up. Ismail, what happened? We are taking SS. You have taken screenshots. Okay, you will copy after class. Because Shayan, this is what I say. Why would you spend extra time on English language when you can get the same work done within the time that is being given to you? 1 hour for English isn't enough. You'll spend 5 hours on English language. Right now, when I'm asking you to get things done, you would be free after the English class. You would have nothing to do. So why wouldn't you get it done within this time that is being provided to you? Does it sound logical? You spend double time than what you could have done in the half time. So it's better not to copy afterwards or spend extra time on it. Do it when the time is being given to you, when things are being discussed with you. And when you write something, beta, you're better able to understand those things instead of just taking the screenshots. You'll go for lunch after this class and then you'll forget all about it. Why have you raised your hand, Ismail? What happened? Yes, Ismail. Okay, now look at the question. Some people, I have sent the pic. How did you send the pic, beta? Mailed it to me? I don't see your pic anywhere. WhatsApp. Okay. Big legends, yes. Really big legends. All right, so look at this question and read that question carefully. And then I'm going to ask you how you would go about its rough plan. All right? Look at this question. Yes. Can you read it, beta Yaya?
Miss, which question?
The question in front of you, past paper June
So
2012.
look at, to celebrate the start of special environment project, a tree is being planted in your school grounds. As secretary of the project committee, you are to make a speech to mark an occasion in front of the principal, guest, staff, and students of the school. Write your speech. You must include the following details of what environmental projects you hope to achieve, why you think this project is important, cover all three, how your audience could support the project, cover all 3 points above in detail. You should make sure your speech is enthusiastic and informative. Start your speech, principal, guest teachers, and fellow students.
Hmm. Now tell me, what kind of a question is it? Is it persuasive speech or informative speech?
It's a mixture of both, miss.
Yes. So why would you say that it's persuasive as well?
Miss, because we are awareing the students why this project is important and why you should do it also more often.
When you're urging them to join in your cause. So remember, the one definition of persuasive speech is that you urge the listeners to join your cause. So that's why it would be called persuasive and informative as well. You are to give information as well. So you know very well how to go about the rough plan. I always ask you to write a rough plan in your pamphlets and when you start your directed writing task. So when you start your rough plan, four things you need to remember. Number one, audience. purpose, tone, and register. Who is the audience of this directed writing task? This question. Who is the audience? What does audience mean? Safi, can you tell me? What is the meaning of audience?
The listener or the person we are persuading.
To whom am I writing? Is the audience, na? To whom am I writing? So who is the audience in this question?
Principal.
Only
Yes.
principal, beta?
Wait. Guest staff and students of the school.
Yes, remember, beta, when I made students write about it, na, the speech, what they forgot, they only had principal in mind, and then they forgot about the guests. So some of the things that they wrote were lacking because they did not remember quite well that they had to keep the guests in mind as well. Okay, so audience, you've told me. Yaya, you tell me, what is the purpose of writing this speech? Tell me. Why are you writing it?
Is to aware students why our project is helpful and why it is important.
Students, to make the students aware. And is it
Miss,
really this purpose? This is why you're writing? Are you sure? Read the question carefully, beta. This is what I always say. Read the question carefully.
Miss, we are doing this to celebrate to start our
Yes,
project.
yes. So, beta, when you get this kind of a question in the exam paper, you will just underline that this is the purpose. This is why I'm writing. When the purpose is very clear, then your work is also very logical, clear, and to the point,
Miss, can
concise
I
and precise.
Miss, can
Yes,
I share my screen?
yes. Please share your screen. Yes. So I can see. Yes, yes. I can see. The other way it is turned.
Wait, Miss. No.
Yes, now I can see it. Salutation and then dear greetings again and then introduction. Yes, good. And did you write better that it is divided into two parts? Speech is divided into two parts, informative and
Miss, I will
persuasive?
write now. I
Yes,
will write now.
yes, write that as well. Good,
Yes.
good. This is all I want to see, only your copywork and not your face, Vita. So you can turn it off now. Thanks a lot. So purpose, Safi just pointed out that the purpose, Yaya just pointed out that the purpose is to celebrate the start of a special environmental project. And then other things you have to take care of. Purpose, audience, what is going to be the tone and register? What does register mean?
Yes, register means the formality of language.
Yes, the language, what kind of language? For example, if you're writing a formal kind of speech, directed writing task, you are not going to use guys,
Slangs.
the word guys, you're not going to use gonna, wanna, slang language,
Slang
abbreviations, no
languages.
abbreviations, no contractions. So you keep writing these things when you are mindful of those things, but when you start writing your work, you forget. So you need to all the time be mindful and write it down that formal tone and no abbreviations, no contractions are to be written. Yes, yeah, yeah.
मिस जो आपने आपने बताया था divided into two informative
And persuasive.
and
Speech
persuasive.
writing is divided into two parts: informative and persuasive.
Okay.
Okay, so tone, then register, purpose, audience. Now write your speech. These are the content points. So how are you going to, you have to think of at least 3 points related to each content point. Now tell me, for the first content point, what will you write? 3 points. Tell me.
Detail of the word the info.
This is the first content point. Details of what the environmental project hopes to achieve. Now, you people quickly tell me what are the 3 points you will write in your rough plan? What do you hope to achieve? What does your project hope to achieve? Write quickly. Here, write in chat or just tell me quickly.
Hmm.
Beta, this happened. Yeah, do you
Miss,
remember in your assessment as well? It happened, although Ali Bilal also wrote long kind of answer, and Hamza also wrote long answer, but it was not relevant. So, how does relevance come? When you, before you start your work, you write 3 points related to each content point, and then you follow all those content points and their, your rough plan, and then your work becomes relevant to the question, and only then you can get marks. So, try to understand that and follow that. What do you hope to achieve? Quickly tell me through this environmental project. Just quickly
miss,
make it up. Yes, Safi.
less pollution.
Can you realistically say that your five plants will reduce the pollution in this world?
Miss
No, the
to
pollution
Miss
in
to
the city
inspire
where the
people.
One person, please.
Miss to inspire people.
To inspire, yes, you can say yes. To get the people, to join our cause and spread the word around and start doing the same around their surroundings. Yes,
to
that
hope
can be one
to
thing.
hope to make people interested in this
Yes, this
in
would be
these
the
type
same
of
point.
project.
This would be the same point. Now come with 2 more points. Hurry up. You are doing it in the school. Now, how would it help your school? Think, think, think.
Miss to create a reputation of our school.
Yes, wonderful. So, people would get to know, okay, this wonderful work is being done, and, practical work is being done to make the area look greener and better. Okay.
Miss
What else?
marketing.
Yes, that would be a part of your reputation. Then, third point. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Time's just 1 minute is left.
Miss to make this common in our country or in our city, Miss.
To make this common, that would be the first point that you gave, na beta, that inspire people to get them to do the same thing. Third
बस आप
point,
बता दें एक point.
don't you think that greener, the students would have a greener patch in which they can sit and they can relax and they can have a good environment?
Miss
मिस
for the
रहना
environment to be eco-friendly.
मिस रहना
Yes.
तो क्लास में ही है ना फिर भी.
No, why wouldn't they go out? Sometimes they would go out and sit under the shade of the trees and have fun.
मिस वो फिर वो डांट के उठा देते हैं. Why are you out of the class? Go in the class.
Safi, why are
ये
you so,
ये होता तो है
anti
ना.
teachers? We do
वो
let you,
समझा.
enjoy yourselves, don't we?
मिस कोई भी
Okay.
अगर मिस गजाला देख ले, मिस निकट देख ले, वो फौरन शुरू go into your classes. मिस रिलैक्स कर रहे हैं. What relaxation? No relax,
Uh,
no relaxation
but
will be given to
don't
you.
you people get your PE unit, beta, Safi?
No, नहीं मिलती मिस. कहाँ मिलती है?
Miss
But
P कहाँ मिलती
I'm
है?
but I'm not talking about these conditions, na. Before, previously, you did get your PE units, na, and in your breaks as well, you used
मिस
to go out and sit.
मिस हमारी हमारी जब पी होती थी ना, हमारे सर या टीचर है ना क्लास से बाहर से दरवाजा बंद कर देते थे, और है ना वो भी तोड़ना पड़ता था मुझे.
Wow. Okay, let's just continue it in the next lesson, and I will give you the marked work question. And